In our last module, we're looking at the pedagogy of the Web 2.0. And as you can see, this really nice graphic here does a really good job of giving you a sense of the Web 2.0 apps you can use to create, analyze, and so on. This is a very simple module in the sense of all we're asking you to do is to look at the examples, and we'll look at those in just a second. You're going to create a page in your wiki where you review 3 Web 2.0 tools you could use in partnership with your students, exploring an area of your curriculum. So what we're asking you to do is to identify that area, curriculum standard, then give us the tool with the link and how you would use them. Well, let's look at what our tool set can be. There's quite a lot. So what I tried to do here was, I know we can't be together to be looking at iPads together. So what I did is I gave you examples of what I think are some of the most important iPad apps to use with kids. Here's one of my faves, the sock puppets. You just can't have too much fun with sock puppets. Show Me is a very powerful app that allows kids to explain their understandings. Telegami, another fun one that basically allows you to create an avatar that you can put into just about anything because it lets you decide what the background is you want to use. Here's our old friend VoiceThread. Toontastic is really an interesting app, especially if you're a language arts teacher, because it actually does build the storytelling arc into the creation piece. Very nice tool. One of my faves is something called vScope Live that allows you to create green screen effects, placing students anywhere in the world, time, space. We use it for social studies. You are there kind of reenactments. I've had kids floating around inside the human body. I've had kids exploring Mammoth Cave, and it's all done in front of a green screen in the classroom. Then we go to something like Algebra Solver. Again, a really great app that helps kids understand and helps them solve algebra problems. TouchCast, another great presentation tool that allows kids to bring in anything from the web and use as a resource in their presentation. Then I also have another folder here that I just call Web 2.0 that has, well, just about every Web 2.0 tool that's out there. So if the iPad apps aren't your thing and you want to look further, you are more than welcome to use these. Now, what you can do, remember it says to put the links in. If you want to use these tools, in other words, you want to talk about these great iPad apps, remember our trick. We're just going to basically come in here, copy the embed code, take it over to our Wikispace page, create a new page. We're going to call this new page Web 2.0. You're going to create it. I'm going to do a widget. I'm going to other HTML. I'm going to paste in my HTML. I'm going to save it. And now I have the demonstration of the tool that was there, and I'm going to write about it. Make sure you do that. Now, if I don't want to use the iPad apps, and I want to go down here and go into the Web 2.0, each one of these in here, there are links. Let me show you this one. This one basically has just about every kind of tool that you can think of that you could use in your classroom. Let's look at this link that will take us to a website that has apps in education. And as you can see, it has summary by something we use in our classes, the Horizon Report. Some of you may have remembered the Horizon Report. And it has just a nice listing of all kinds of apps. And as I said in the assignment, it's asking you, if you're going to go this route, to go ahead and there's your link. Include that link on your page. And I guess I haven't shown you how to do that on Wikispaces, so let me do that for you. So let's go ahead and go to this one on animals of the ocean. And this is a nice piece of software that you can download for your device. And it has a description here. So if you think this one would be something interesting to use, you can use that. Let's look at this one. Now, what I want to show you is how do you get this URL over to your Wikispace page. Copy the URL, go to your Wikispace page, and we are in our Web 2.0 page already. And so underneath my one that I'm showing off the app, I'm now going to put in this link to another app that I would like to recommend. And I'm going to come up here to where it says link. I'm going to put in what I want to call it. So link to Australian Aboriginals. And I'm going to now paste in that link. And I'll add the link right here. And from my Wikispace page now, I can click on that link and let me show you. It will take me to where that app that I think would be one that I would like to explore using in my classroom. And there it is. So it's a very simple assignment. All I'm asking you to do is to review the choices that you have here and find ones that you find interesting. Put those onto your Wikispace page and tell us about why you think you could use them. And that's it. Now before we get done here, let's go back and take a look at your final. The final is in live text, but it's also here, so if you wanted to look at it before you go to live text. And it's a very simple final. And basically all we're asking you to do is to reflect back upon the work you've done in the class. And we're going to ask you to write 5 reflections with at least 5 sentences in each of the 3 paragraphs. So we're asking you to talk about the TPACK framework and how you think it fits in your virtual classroom. Describe the wiki you created in Wikispaces and how you designed it, redesigned it to make it a virtual classroom, and how you think it could be effective. Include here your assessments you developed. So talk about those assessments that you built, either in Nearpod or in Google Forms. Let me stress again, because I've been asked about this. If you go in and use a Nearpod presentation that's already been made and you go in and edit it, that's fine. That's good practice. Looking at something that is useful for you and then changing it over just a bit, tweaking it just a bit for you to use. Nothing wrong with that. And then, of course, this one, we want you to think about what we just did, about web resources in your class. And then the last one is very much a think out loud. And this is, what did you find about the virtual classroom that is something that you think implementing and developing it you would be most comfortable in doing? And then why? And then the least comfortable. state how a systemic approach to the development and implementation of partnering can help you as a classroom teacher. That basically is talking about working with kids with technology. All right, so there it is. This was our last module, Web 2.0 Pedagogy, and I hope you've enjoyed working in this EDAP585 course by conference. 585ers, I look forward to seeing your good work in live text.